Hello YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montes, and you're watching my YouTube channel, The Teenage Movie Critic. Welcome back to another channel, everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back here again. And in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the new Disney Plus original film, plus the new Disney remake, Peter Pan and Wendy. I have some thoughts on this because, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Peter Pan from 1953, but, there's been tons of Peter Pan lore throughout Disney and even other stuff. So I was actually kind of excited for this, especially in the whole story of Captain Hook and Peter Pan becoming, when they were friends back then. So there was kind of an interesting stuff to do it. The trailers didn't really excite me just because the budget looks so small. But here are my thoughts for Peter Pan and Wendy. So, I would say that this is a decent enough Disney remake. Of course, I like the way that they encapsulate this story of having two themes, where, one, you actually care more about the, stuff of not wanting to grow up. And that really encapsulates into what goes on into Neverland, which, I have my issues with it, but I also like certain stuff they do with it. Where it's like in this film, when you're going to Neverland, you feel, with all the adventures and all that stuff, it makes you feel like, sure, you're growing up, but not really. It's like when you go to Neverland, you can have fun, you have no responsibilities, nothing, and no really people controlling you. And I thought the way that they portrayed Wendy in this film was actually pretty cool, as she was one of the people that just did not want to grow up. She was tired of it. She didn't want everything. She doesn't like change. And it's true, it's kind of relatable to certain kids that they don't want to change for real life. And especially with Peter Pan, he doesn't want to change. But you also start to realize, like, the stuff with him and the stuff with Captain Hook, I thought was actually interesting, where Captain Hook was once a kid, but he grew out of that and he missed his mom, and so he left Neverland, but then he came back cruel. But they sort of set up this idea as to growing up is bad, and that if you grow up, you become a bad person. But you grow up a bad person unless the way you're raised. And I think that was kind of a cool plot line. And even the stuff they explored with Peter Pan's character, that we explored that he actually had a mom. Of course he had a mom, because he's a kid. He's a human just like everyone else. But it's a interesting storyline. Like, the reason why he comes back and knows about these people is because he lived in this house with his mom. And since he comes back to this house, people know the stories of Peter Pan and stuff like that. And it's overall just a really cool thing that I thought they did with the film. Beyond that, I think the performances of the film are pretty good. I noticed something when I was watching the film, or at least my sister noticed something in my family. They noticed that one of the Lost Boys that had Down syndrome. Kind of a cool little detail. It wasn't too vague in the film, but it was a nice little thing that other actors, not straight, but other things like that can go on throughout it. I'm like, that's pretty cool. But even the other actors, like I thought Tiger Lily was pretty good. She felt like the right type of Indian character. I thought she was nice. I loved the Lost Boys, even though some of them weren't boys at all. I thought that was pretty neat. The guy that played Captain Hook, Jude Law, I thought was a pretty good actor. I remember seeing him in Captain Marvel, and so seeing him in this film, I probably would have chosen Luke Evans to play Captain Hook, but at the same time, you would have just seen Luke Evans just playing Gaston again, except with a mustache and having a hook. So Yeah, but the performance of Jude Law as Captain Hook in this film definitely works, and when you get to the end, I thought was kind of nice. So that's kind of the good on this film, and then also the score and certain elements of it I thought were pretty great. So that's pretty much all the good on this film. Now let's talk about the bad. So I have a couple of issues with it. First off, I'm not the biggest fan of the way they handled the Indians' world. I think the world of Neverland. What was so interesting about some of the other Peter Pan adaptations is that you got to see this incredible world that was brought to life. And you go into this film and you think it would explore a lot of that, but they really don't. It's more of these forest lands and these mountains, and it's just these little lost boys on this island. But you don't really get to see a world. It's just people are just staying out there and that's it. And it's like with Tiger Lily, you don't see any Indians. I'm like, where are the Indians that she's supposed to be leading in the Chief? Where's all that? And now we do get a little tease of the mermaids. Not much there. And they even look like the mermaids from the 2003 film. And then also, I kind of felt like the whole cop-out of Captain Hook kind of felt a little weak. Of him not getting, like, of course we get the iconic scene where he's about to get eaten by the crocodile, but of course he makes out alive. But even when he falls in the water, he doesn't die. And then once Peter Pan comes back, he comes back and it just ends. I'm like, what? So those are kind of my little nitpicks. I thought it was an overall decent remake. I'm probably forgetting some stuff because I was kind of mixed on this one, but I overall did like it. But that's my review for Peter Pan and Wendy. Before I give my final score, be sure to comment down below what were your thoughts on Peter Pan and Wendy. Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? What were in between? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. With that said, let's get all my scores. Alright, so that's it for my scores. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All my social media stuff is in the About section over there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.